It's not that, there were robbers everywhere. In that sense, Duryodhana was a decent king. He was able to keep all those perpetrators at bay. So things were going pretty okay. Not like that bad, not something that warranted for millions of soldiers to be killed. But Yudhishthir Maharaj says he needs wealth so he can take care of the Brahmanas. Does that make sense? So for good people, when they have wealth, they can do so much more good for other people. So for that, definitely we should desire. But I like what you said at the same time, wherein we should not lose ourselves in that pursuit. So how do we define as long as it is sustainable means? As long as it is not taking us away from Krishna. Okay, so in Krishna consciousness, the definition is very simple. You can do anything as long as it doesn't take you away from Krishna. Do anything here, let me define that anything. Anything there refers to whatever you feel is good for you, whatever you think is capable of, provided it doesn't break any principles of dharma. Then you are allowed to do. For some person, they may feel very much at comfort if they are in a wealthy situation. And for others, they'll feel very much at comfort when they don't have that much. If you look at, how many of you know Usain Bolt? Usain Bolt? You know Usain Bolt? What a silly question, right? Yes. Are you from the Himalayas?
Yeah, nearby. So, if you look at Usain Bolt, how he prepares himself before he starts running. Have you seen him? He's a little flamboyant. He's very playful. He goes there, does a high five to the volunteers that are standing nearby. He communicates with the crowd. You will see him. But most of the runners, if you see somebody of his caliber, they'll be very focused. So it depends. Usain Bolt says, there is another athlete by name Michael Johnson. I'm a 90s kid, so he used to be at his peak at that time, 200 and 400 runner. He would be very focused. So after Usain Bolt retired, in one interview I saw both of them speaking, and Usain Bolt said that I can't prepare like him because it's very depressing like that. But then Michael Johnson is saying I can't prepare like him because that's very distracting. Both are correct for them, understand? So for one runner, he has to be like that, in his mood to be able to perform optimally. Likewise for the other runner, it's different. Prabhupada would often say what is food for one is poison for another. So we have to see how much we can handle. That's the whole idea of having different categories of people in the society. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Those who are very passionate, they want to fight. Okay, there is a category of people. Go, get trained, but there is a certain dharma you have to follow there. Those people who are good in dealing with money, good in trading, good in agriculture, okay, there is a category. Okay, you can be getting trained as a Vaishya. Likewise, those who want to just be simple, just take one day at a time and just be happy and satisfied with whatever that comes their way. Yes, there is a category in the society called Brahmanas, you can be in there. So, none of those categories or those social orders or spiritual orders are inherently good or bad in itself. So we have to see what is our food and we have to understand what is our poison. Understand? So based on that we have to either avoid or make choices to hold things to us. So coming back to this, here Krishna, he is born in the home of Vasudeva and Devaki, and then he tells them, after he appears in his 400 form initially, not as a little baby, and then he tells both of them that you have been my devotees for so many lives. Initially you appeared and you performed tapasyas. Tapasya means austerity, penances for thousands of years, celestial years. At that time your name was Sutapa and Prishnigarbha. And at that time, being pleased with you, I appeared. At that time you expressed your desire to have me as your son. And then I appeared to you. At that time, Krishna appearing as Prishnigarbha. That was his first appearance. Krishna tells them, I'll come as your son 3 times. Then in the next birth, they appear as Aditi and Kashyapa. At that time, Krishna appears as Vamana. And finally, Krishna says, in this birth, you appear as Devaki and Vasudeva. And here I am, Swayam Bhagavan as Krishna. Swayam Bhagavan means I am the original person. So Krishna, after telling them that, Krishna then from his four-handed form, he becomes like a small baby. Why? Because both Vasudeva and Devaki, on one hand, they know this is Supreme Lord, he is capable of vanquishing this demon, Kamsa, in no time. But they have a conflicting emotion. On one hand, they are confident that this is Supreme Lord. But on the other hand, they have a certain mellow of relationship with him, mellow of a parent. So they feel like, oh my dear son, but please protect yourself. So they have this tug of war. So then Krishna, respecting their emotions, he then comes as a small baby. But then why didn't Krishna come as a small baby in the first place? He himself says, if I had just appeared as a baby, you wouldn't know about my greatness. You will be in constant fear about what will happen to me. So simply to pacify you, I have first appeared in my 400 form, so you understand I'm not a normal kid. So Krishna is telling his parents. And then he appears as a small baby. And then after Krishna appears as a small baby, Vasudeva, who is Krishna's father, being inspired by Yogamaya. Yogamaya is the spiritual energy of the Lord. So Lord has three types of energy. External energy, internal energy and marginal energy. External energy means this whole material world, material energy, you can call it as external energy. You have earth, water, fire, air, ether, all of them. They are energy form of the Lord, different energy. So that's the external form. It's known as Bahiranga Shakti. Likewise, there is internal form of the Lord. Internal form of the Lord is called Yogamaya. External form of the Lord is known as Mahamaya. Internal form of the Lord is Srimati Subhadra Maharani. So we see in our altar Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra Maharani. So that is the personification of Krishna's internal energy. So she makes all arrangement for Krishna's enjoyment both here as well as in spiritual world. Understand? So she creates the situation, she makes the logistics, he brings all the associates together, she constantly makes all arrangements. She is like the event coordinator. Some event manager you might have come across, from everything, from setting up the stalls to marquees, to arranging some traffic controller, to security person, to water, electricity, you name it. That's internal energy. But she is doing all of that for Krishna's pleasure, not for our pleasure. But there is another personality who does not for us, but not for our pleasure, to punish us. So that's the personification of external energy, Mahamaya, and that is Durga. Durga, the one who comes on a lion. Sometimes I've seen her coming on tiger also, just in photo, not in real. She comes with the trident. Okay, she comes to inflict pain upon people, three types of pain: Adhyatmik Klesha, Adi Bhautik and Adi Devik. The pain that is, or distress that's caused by one's own mind, by the other living entities, as well as by the gods, by the different demigods, administrative gods. So this is Mahamaya. So you have Yogamaya. If you take shelter of Subhadra Maharani, you can be blissful. You can also participate in that Leela, in the pastimes of the Lord. Whereas if we stay away from Krishna, then we will naturally in the lap of Mahamaya, Durga Devi, and she is going to pierce you. Why? So this is two types of energy, internal energy and external energy. But there is a third type of energy known as Tatastha Shakti. Tatastha means marginal. We are all Tatastha Shakti. Okay, so we are also Shakti. Like Durga Devi is one Shakti. Shakti means the energy of the Lord. Likewise, you have Antaranga Shakti, personification of that. There is a personality behind the Shakti, but that is also an energy of the Lord. That's the Subhadra Maharani. But we are neither here nor there. We are in the middle. Okay, so we are marginal energy. When you are in the margin, when you sit on the fence, there is one advantage, which is you can jump either way. But there is one drawback. You are neither here nor there. It's both a boon and a bane. The more you align with the instructions of the Lord, the more you will be under the control of Subhadra Maharani. Then life is blissful. You can be smiling. But the more you go that side, have you seen Durga Devi, Kali Devi? Does she smile at you? Okay, Durga Devi doesn't smile. Durga Devi always has that angry look. You look at Subhadra Maharani always has a smile. So we want to be always be sheltered by Subhadra Maharani. We always need to align ourselves. So devotees, they align themselves totally to the will of the Supreme Lord by working under Yoga Maya. Demons they worship. Kali Devi is worshipped by demons usually, you will see. Or you will come across some form of Durga being worshipped by Asuras. You will come across that. Understand? So these are the three different types of energy here. So here Krishna is appearing first as 400 form and then he comes as a baby in 200 form. From there now Vasudeva is being inspired to carry the baby to leave Mathura to go to a village nearby known as Vrindavan. How many of you have been to Vrindavan? Okay, how many of you have heard? Nobody here has been to Vrindavan. Okay, good. How many of you have heard about Vrindavan? Thank you. Please visit sometime. Okay, so this is, so then being inspired, he carries the baby across river Yamuna. But as soon as he comes with the baby, Anantasesh, which is Lord Balaram, he comes like raising his hoods, sheltering the baby like an umbrella. So Vasudeva is carrying, can you go to the picture? Do you see that? In the middle of your Krishna book. Vasudeva carrying baby Krishna. Not that, that is Asura. That's Trinavarta. That one must be one after that. Is that? Krishna book doesn't have, that one. See, she has it. That one on the left, correct. Protecting the Lord and his father like an umbrella, like that. And then as Vasudeva is carrying baby Krishna across river Yamuna, because it's still monsoon season, Yamuna ji, she is running with full waters as if she is going to flood over her banks. Srila Prabhupada explains the reason why she is actually almost raising her level, ready to break upon the bank, was because Vasudeva is carrying baby Krishna like this. As Vasudeva is carrying baby Krishna, Krishna's head is this side, his lotus feet is this side. So she is raising her level to touch Krishna's lotus feet. Like that. But Vasudeva doesn't know. So it raises and then she is very anxious to serve Krishna. So when she is actually raising like that, at one point Vasudeva is carrying the baby. Prabhupada explains, if you read Bhagavatam you will see, Vasudeva is in ecstasy. Yes, I have Supreme Lord as my son. Supreme Lord like that. Baby Krishna is looking, he is my father, but he is worshipping me too much. Because Krishna gets worshipped everywhere. He feels I want him to worship me, to take care of me like a father. But he is too much conscious of my supreme position. So Krishna thinking this way, as Vasudeva is carrying baby like this, he deliberately jumped off and went into the waters. Now Vasudeva forgot about that Krishna is Supreme Lord. Now he is like, my beta, where are you like that? So Prabhupada explains that Krishna knows how to evoke the best emotions in all of us. So he is Rasaraj, he knows how to enjoy the relationship. We don't know. Sometimes when you go through difficulty, you can go and pray to Radha Gopinath. Gopinath, I understand that you want to enjoy a certain emotion, but this emotion is very painful for me. No, but we need to put the trust in Krishna, because only he knows what needs to be done. Okay, later on we will see one pastime when Krishna goes to the forest. I will reserve that until we come to that section. But one common trait you will see amongst all Krishna's devotees, Krishna's friends, be it in Vrindavan, be it in Kurukshetra, be it anywhere, is they put absolute trust on Krishna. Whatever Krishna says, we will do. Like that. Understand? So Krishna, after the war finishes in Kurukshetra, Krishna drives the chariot close to the camp and then he tells to Arjuna, you get off. Krishna, or rather Arjuna didn't question Krishna. He said like, please get down the chariot. Normally, he would wait for Krishna to get down and then he would get down. But this is at the end of the war. He tells to Arjuna, you please get down first. Then he gets down. Then Krishna, as soon as he gets down the chariot, the whole chariot gets bursted, burnt to pieces. First it bursts and then nothing is left there. Completely gets smashed to smithereens, as they say. And then Arjuna asks, what is this Krishna? Then Krishna says, all these 18 days when we both were fighting, there were a lot of astras that was aimed at you, and they were shot at you simply to harm you. But because of my presence, they were ineffective. And that's the reason why I told you to get down first. So you will see many instances. But the most important thing as devotees, we need to understand is, we should not be egoistic with Krishna. Sometimes you pray for something, you may not get the exact same thing. But then as time goes, you will realize the thing which you hated, oh, why did I go through like that? You will be very happy later that, oh, thank God it happened to me. How many of you have that experience? How many of you have that experience many times? Happens. But how many of you keep forgetting that every time? So we should pray to Krishna. Always, Krishna, you can make me remember. Mataha smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Bhagavad Gita. Search for the verse. Sarvasya chaham. Sarvasya. If you are using mobile, you are not allowed to read. Only those who bring the books can read. Sarvasya. Sarvasya.
Sarvasya chaham.
Good. What's the verse number? Yo. 15. Okay, go to that and read the verse. Preeti, you have the verse ready? You can recite the verse.
Sarvasya chaham hridi sannavishto
Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto
Vardhasmi vidyanavapohanam cha.
Knowledge and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas I am to be known. Indeed I am the compiler of the Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas.
Mataha smritir. Smritir means from me comes remembrance. Okay, many times we learn lesson, but we forget the lesson. Sometimes people say experience is the best teacher. But there is one problem with that. If one learns everything by their experience, who do you think they are under? Yogamaya or Mahamaya? Spiritual energy or material energy? Material energy. The problem with material energy is, material energy means it is an area of forgetfulness. It makes you forget about Krishna, it makes you forget about you are not the body, you are the soul. Have you gotten this experience? Sometimes you think, let me just take a break. 1 week you skip the class. How many of you have that experience? 1 week skipping, just 1 week. Or not just the class, you 1 week you forget about the temple, you don't come to the temple, you didn't speak to any devotee, anything like that. That's like almost like a fortnight now, right? And then 7 days, 8 days, 9, 10th day, you slowly start to, you don't feel like a devotee anymore. How many of you have that experience? Understand, forgetfulness it will put very, very easily. We won't even realize, time will just fly like that. Prabhupada said, devotees means we should be independently thoughtful. Independently thoughtful means, okay, you're all in the class today, right? Each one of you are coming here for association, but simultaneously each one of you would have made your own plan, how to sit, listen, oh I may feel hungry, let me take the prasad first and come here, understand? Or I may feel thirsty, let me bring my bottle. I would like to sit and take notes, let me bring my note. Let me not bring anything at all to the class. You will have your own plan. Or let me bring the book and read. Understand? This is being independently thoughtful. You are still, that doesn't mean each one of you are totally independent of what is going on here. But in a scheme of things here, each one have your own mini plan, but the goal is the same. Goal is to hear and chant about Krishna. That's all. Does that make sense? Our lives is also like that in Krishna consciousness. Like, I'll give you another example. You may come for Mangalarati in the morning to sit and do japa, but then each one of you will have your own plan. Okay, I'll take rest properly, I'll wake up, I'll pray to Radha Gopinath that I chant in the morning nicely. You'll have your own water bottle, you'll find a nice spot so you can sit and sleep. No, you won't. Okay, so each one of us will have our own plans, but inside Krishna consciousness. Understand? Likewise, in our spiritual lives also, we need to have plans for everything. How you are going to manage your daytime, how you are going to manage your studies, your work, your career, your financial plan, your relatives, everything. We need to make plans like that. So, whole point here is that Prabhupada says devotees means they have to be independently thoughtful. We can't be just like a lamp. Have you watched some videos like that? There will be a group of lamps. One day I will put a stick here. First lamp comes, jumps over, goes. Second lamp comes, jumps, goes. And then he pulls out. Third lamp comes there, jumps and goes. No stick there anymore. Fourth lamp comes, jumps and goes. Understand? This becomes ritualistic. Then you can't learn anything. Then such a person is maybe independent but not thoughtful. Okay, thoughtful means you will still know what is happening there. Sometimes even in the association of devotees, let's say neophyte devotees, if you don't get a proper guidance, sometimes even collectively as a group, you can still do mistake there. Understand? So it's very, very important that we make that communication with Radha Gopinath stronger by being sincere, by being serious with how we deal with them, how we relate to them. Then it becomes easy. With that knowledge, you can go anywhere, wherever you are, rather than being influenced by material energy. You yourself will become the source of inspiration for others. But the more you just run, like as they say, like a headless chicken, running here, there, without I'll just go there, and then you just sit and chit chat. With the devotees only I'm talking. Do some prajalpa and expect yourself to feel inspired and to grow deep in your bhakti. It won't work like that. Understand? So devotees means, Prabhupada says, independently thoughtful. So here Krishna, he gives that remembrance. But from him, forgetfulness also comes. Forgetfulness, is it a good or bad thing?
Sometimes
Okay. Define sometime.
like if you have gone through some bad experience, it's good to forget.
When India loses World Cup, good to forget. But when India wins World Cup, don't forget. At that time, memory is good. When is forgetfulness bad? Tonita. When is forgetfulness bad?
Mistake. When someone doing mistake.
Okay. When you do something which is very important to do, but then you forget to do, that's bad. Yes.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Oh, thank you. Any other instance when forgetfulness is bad?
Key. When you forget your key.
Okay.
That's the worst.
I'm asking the question at a bit more deeper level.
When we forget.
When we forget Krishna, that is bad. Very bad. Okay, our material life starts when we start forgetting about Krishna. It's said avidya, that's the cause of all. Avidya means ignorance, lack of knowledge. That is the cause of all misery. Last week I was giving example of a little child getting lost in an exhibition or a fair. But then nobody knew who the child belonged to until one guy came and he said, like, I know who you are, here is the food, eat, and I know who your parents are and I know how to take you there, and then he takes them there, takes the child also there. Okay, that is our spiritual master. Okay, our parent, original parent is Krishna. Okay, so here after appearing like that, he comes, but then as Vasudeva is carrying baby Krishna across river Yamuna, why are you smiling?
After appearing like this, he comes.
So he carries the baby across river Yamuna, and then baby Krishna was thinking, if he keeps remembering me always that I am Supreme Lord, then I can't relate to him like a father, and I would like to enjoy that mellow, because everyone in all the 14 planetary systems are glorifying Krishna. Oh, you are very great, like that. But Krishna, he likes to be chastised. It is said in the Bhagavatam that Krishna, he takes some pleasure when the Brahmanas recite Vedic hymns with the perfect meter, perfect timing, perfect pronunciation. Krishna enjoys them, no doubt about it. But in 10th Canto, Shukadeva Goswami says, but Krishna enjoys more the chastisement of the elderly gopis. You butter thief. And Krishna is like, so pleased with that. Okay, you cheat like that, sometimes gopis chastise him. Krishna is very pleased with that. Why? Because in one instance where the Brahmanas are reciting, it is said in a certain way, not with so much selfless love, but as a matter of formality could be, or as a matter of etiquette, there is a certain glorification that's done. That pleases him, no doubt. But when somebody who Krishna knows, who Krishna is sold out to, who Krishna cannot live without, when they say anything, be it chastisement, be it anything, Krishna feels happy. So here Krishna, to evoke that emotion, Krishna slips into the water of Yamuna, allowing Yamuna to bathe him. And now, having triggered with that emotion, when Vasudeva was frantically searching, finally Krishna appeared. And then Vasudeva is happy. So Vasudeva carries baby Krishna to Gokula, and there he goes to Nanda Baba's home, and then he exchanges. Nanda Baba's wife is Yashoda Maharani. She had also given birth to a baby girl. So he goes, exchanges baby Krishna for a baby girl, brings her back, gets back into the prison house. Now initially when Vasudeva was leaving the verse, so you won't find it in Bhagavad Gita, you need to use your phone. Gopya kama bhaya gamso dveshya chaidagya kripa sambandha krishnaya sneha duyam bhaktya dvayam vibho. Gopya kama. Did you find the verse number? G-O-P-Y-A-H or Y-A. Gopya kama. What's the number?
It's 7 Canto, chapter 1, verse 31.
Okay, 7.1.31. This is said by Narada Muni to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Okay, 7.1.30?
31.
31. Okay, Apeksha, you can recite the verse. Gopya kama dvayat kamso dvesha chaitanya diva sambandhat krishnaya sneha yunyam bhaktya vayam vigo. Rajwal, do you have the translation? You can read.
Translation. My dear King Yudhishthira, the Gopi by their lusty desire, Kamsa by his fear, Sisupala and other kings by envy, and the Yadu by their familial relationship with Krishna, you Pandavas by your great affection for Krishna, and we, the general devotees, by our devotional service, have obtained the mercy of Krishna.
So here he says how different devotees, they relate to Krishna differently. Gopya kamad. The word lust is used, but it should not be understood in the way how it is done in the modern context. Here, kamad here refers to pure devotional service. Okay, Gopya kamad. So normally if you see, there is a boy who is worshipping Krishna, but then the boy or a girl, they may get attracted to the person of or personality of the opposite sex. Correct? They are like two separate. Imagine if the worshipper itself is dealing with Krishna like a lover. Understand? There is no other relationship. That's gopis. Very, very elevated. The intensity, there's no comparison at all. Correct? How a boy gets attracted to a girl. Search for a verse. Yuvatinam yata yuni. Yunam cha yuvatam yata. Mano abhiramate tadvan mano me ramatam tvai. Yuvatinam. Y-U-V-A-T-I-N-A-M. Yuvatinam.
T-I-N-A-M.
Yuvati. Did you find anyone?
Is it from Bhagavatam?
Mm-hmm.
Rasamrita Sindhu.
You found it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like verse 1.2.153. Wait. Yuvatinam yatha yuni yunam cha yuvati yatha. Is that the one?
That's all. Mano abhiramate tatvan mano me ramatam tvai. So this verse is written by Rupa Goswami. He says, Yuvatinam yata yuni yunam cha yuvatam yata, which means just like how a young boy gets attracted to a young girl, And how a young girl gets attracted to a young boy. When boys and girls they come to teenage, they get attracted to each other spontaneously. So here Rupa Goswami is saying, Yuvatinam yata yuni, yunam cha yuvatam yata, mano viramate tadvan, manome ramatam tvai. Which means, just like how a young boy gets attracted to a young girl and vice versa, similarly, my Lord, when will I will get attracted to you spontaneously. Understand? So this is the level of gopis. So Gopya Kama. So gopis related to Krishna with that intense love. Just like how a young boy would get attracted to a girl and a girl to a boy. Like that, very spontaneously. Gopya Kama, Bhayad Kamsa. Likewise, how did Kamsa relate to Krishna? How did Kamsa constantly think about Krishna? Bhaya, fear. Same intensity. Not same, like very, very strong intensity. Much more stronger than our own positive thinking of Krishna. One place Narada Muni says, even I can't think about Krishna like how the demons think about him. They think about Krishna with fear, but very intense. Intense fear. Okay, so Gopya Kamad, Bhayad Kamsa, Dvesha Chaita Deyandrapa means, Dvesha means like, what's the translation Prabhupada uses there? Dvesha. Okay, go to the previous verse. Hatred, actually.
So which word?
Dvesha.
Kamsa here.
Yes, next one.
After
Shishupal and other kings by envy.
Envy, hatred. Okay, Dvesha. So they hate Krishna so much. You know, if somebody had insulted you, do you think you can easily forget them? Understand, you can't. You see the word which Narada Muni uses very specifically. Just like normally, if somebody had insulted you, you will try to forget, but you cannot forget them. The more you try to forget, more you will remember them, correct? The insult will come, the person also, why you? And there will be other people or things that may remind you also about them. Dvesha. When you hate somebody, you will always constantly think about them. Just like that, the envious kings like Shishupal, Tandavakara, they were all thinking about Krishna like that, with hatred. So much so they can't take Krishna away. They are still getting purified simply by remembering Krishna, even with hatred. Sambandhad Vrishnaya. So in Dwaraka, Krishna is the family members of the whole country of Dwaraka, whole city of Dwaraka. So all the residents of Dwaraka, they are relating to Krishna as their family member. Okay, Sambandhad Vrishnaya Snehad Yuyam. And devotees like Pandavas, they are dealing with Krishna like their best friend. Bhaktya Vayam Vibho. Whereas ordinary devotees like us, like that Narada Muni says, he is not ordinary devotee, but he is putting himself in a humble position. Whereas ordinary devotees like us, Bhaktya Vayam Vibho, we just worship Krishna, like that he says. Understand? So 6 different examples he gives here. Which verse did we start? Yes. So point here is Bhayad Kamsa. Kamsa related. See, one who does not understand the constitutional position of the body and the soul becomes too much attached to the bodily concept of life. Says who? Kamsa. You will see similar instructions that are given by Hiranyakashipu also. What does it teach you? Just knowing the philosophy alone is not good enough, because even demons know philosophy. They also know how to do penances. They also know how to please the Lords. They also understand Brahma, Shiva, Durga, everything. That alone is not good enough. Many times, even as practicing devotees, we think, I'm chanting my 16 rounds. I know philosophy. So I can go around criticizing others. Or I can go around hurting others. So we should take a lesson or two from Kamsa and Hiranyakashipu. They are also masters in all of this. Ravana knows how to do all pujas and samskaras also, coming from his father. He comes from a Brahminical background. From his mother's side, she is a Rakshashi. But from father's side, he's like a Brahmana basically. Okay, so we have to understand skills, all these other qualifications and everything, they can only take us so far. But we should make an attempt to put all of them into practice in our day-to-day lives. Otherwise, all this knowledge also will go in vain. So here he had all this knowledge and finally he falls at the feet of Vasudeva and Devaki asking for forgiveness. And they say like, alright, They are very much touched by his submissive words, and they are very, very pious. They don't hold any grudge. They forgive him. Titikshava Karunika. Titikshava means devotee or a sadhu is extremely tolerant. They don't take any insult for them personally at all. Because why?
They want to body.
Exactly, because they are just too busy worshipping Krishna. They don't bother. You say anything, whatever, we don't care. They just focused. Okay, we need to develop that level of immunity for any kind of external disturbances. That doesn't mean, oh, devotees are very pure, I can keep on criticizing them. Their level of tolerance is more, but Krishna's tolerance is very less when it comes to offending his devotees. Krishna will take action. So we have to be very mindful. Okay? So here, after saying all this, he was asking for forgiveness and Vasudeva and Devaki forgive him. Now he is very pacified. He goes to home, sleep. Next day morning, he calls his assembly and he tells what Durga Devi had told him when she appeared in that 800 form to all his demoniac ministers. And the demoniac ministers, they give all bad advice to him. Go to that section. This is in chapter 4. Chapter 4 is titled Atrocities of Kamsa. Nice chapter. I don't have a page number because I don't have a book. So you have to find out the section where Kamsa calls his assembly the next day and shares the news with his ministers. And you can read out the advice of his ministers. Now I am making you open the pages of Krishna book. I am not going to spoon feed you.
24.
Okay. Anush, you can start reading. What did the ministers say? Louder, so everyone can hear. What you are reading, Preeti should hear.
Dear sir,
Okay, louder, clear.
Dear sir, let us now make arrangements to kill all children who were born within the last 10 days in all towns, counties, villages and pasturing grounds. Let us execute this plan indiscriminately. We think that the demigods cannot do anything against us if we perform these atrocities. They are always afraid of fighting with us, and even if they wish to check our activities, they will not dare to do so. Because of your immeasurable strength, they fear your power. Indeed, we have practical experience that whenever you stood to fight with them and began to shower your arrows on them, they immediately fled in all directions just to save their lives.
Okay, you can stop there. You can read. I forgot your name.
Chandni. Chandni.
Spell it.
Chandni.
Spell it.
Chandni.
Oh, Chandni. Okay, yes.
Many of the demigods were unable to fight with you, and they immediately surrendered themselves onto you by loosening their turbans and the tops of hair on their heads. With folded hands, they begged you to spare them and said, "My Lord, we are all afraid of your strength. Please release us from this dangerous fight." We have also seen many times that you would never kill such surrendered fighters when they were all fearful. Their bows are arrows and chariots broken, forgetful of their military activities and unable to fight with you. So actually we have nothing to fear from these demigods. They are very proud of being great fighters in peacetime outside the war.
Very good. Chrissy, continue.
Which one?
Okay.
Although Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva
Can
and
you-
Lord Brahma,
Louder, please.
although Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma are always ready to help the demigods headed by Indra, we have no reason to be afraid of them. As far as Lord Vishnu is concerned, he has already hidden himself within the hearts of all living entities and he cannot come out.
Look at their logic. Vishnu cannot come because he has already hid himself in the heart of all living entities. Okay? Now he'll tell about Shiva. He is always in the forest. Yeah, read.
As far as Lord Shiva is concerned, he has renounced all activities and he has already entered into forest. And Lord Brahma is always engaged in different types of austerities and meditation. And what to speak of in Indra, he is a straw in comparison to your strength. Therefore, we have nothing to fear from any of these demigods, but we must not neglect them. For the demigods are our determined enemies. We must be careful to protect ourselves, to root them out from their very existence. We should just engage ourselves in your service and be always ready for your command.
See what they're saying. As a disease, if initially neglected, becomes acute and impossible to cure. Similarly, demigods, if you leave them unattended, they will grow in their strength and they will come and attack you. This is the analogy they are using. Prabhupada often quote Chanakya Pandit. 3 things Chanakya Pandit says you should not prolong. You should immediately put it off. Anyone knows what are the 3? So one is given here, disease. Second is debt. Credit card. Disease, debt. Third one is fire. These 3 should be immediately put off. You should never let it grow. Okay, Prabhupada often say disease, debt, fire. Disease the same way. Little bit you have, better take Panadol. Or you better take Codral, something. Okay, so disease, debt and fire. So here they are using the same analogy. Just like how a disease, if it's initially neglected, can grow into something big. So he says similarly you should not. Now they are saying, initially where do they say Lord Vishnu is staying? He's hiding in the hearts of his devotees. And they are correct. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivisto. Today that's what we read. Matta smriti jnanam apohanam cha. I recite in the Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivisto. He's in the heart of all the living entities. Okay, so Vishnu is in the heart. Where is Lord Shiva according to them?
Forest.
Yeah, he has gone to the forest. And what is Brahma too busy doing? Meditation. So they have no, you see Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, all 3 they are taking care. Look at the advice they are giving. See, he had already unfairly killed, atrociously killed, not just unfairly, atrociously killed 6 kids, newborn babies. He had some regret within his heart, and that's why he, for selfish reasons only, he was worried about his reputation. So now he took forgiveness and they have forgiven him also. Who? Vasudeva and Devaki. And next day morning, look at what advice they are giving. We have to kill all the babies who are born in the last 10 days or more also. We should not spare anyone. We have to go to different villages and kill them. And then the demigods, they are just boasting. They are good warriors only in speech, but when it comes to real action, they all fumble and they fall at your feet, including their wives. And here they say that Vishnu is not there, who always sides with the demigods. He is always hiding. Shiva is not here. Brahma is also not here. After giving all this logic, now this section is very important. In the next paragraph you will see. They are actually telling to Kamsa why he should hurt all the Brahmanas, the cows, babies, everyone. But in the process they spill the beans. They tell what is it that is making all of these people powerful. Just like when the Yamadutas, they tried to take Ajamila and they couldn't because Vishnu Dutas come to their support. They give up on Ajamil, they go back to Yamaraj. At that time they ask Yamaraj, "Oh my Lord, we thought you are the Supreme Lord. Is there anyone higher than you?" Then Yamaraj says, "Yes." And Yamaraj says, "Just like me, there are 33 crore, 330 million demigods like me. And above all of us, there is one Supreme Lord. And we all report to him." And then he says, whoever who is worshipping the Supreme Lord, don't even turn in that direction. And then he gives a list of candidates who they should not turn towards. Whoever chants Vishnu's name, whoever worships him, whoever decorates the body with tilak, whoever wears a gantimala, everything is there. Whoever is always remembering the Supreme Lord, don't even go nearby. And in that process he says Tata, which means like, no, oh my dear Amadudas, please don't go there, like that. He warns them. Why? He says, because they are all pure devotees of the Lord, They are directly under the protection of the Lord. Sudarshana Chakra protects them. And this principles of religion is enunciated in the Shastras as well as by the great authorities of the Shastras. And then he lists the names of all the great personalities. Okay, the Mahajans you will see. Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kumara, Kapilo, Manu, Pralado, Janaka, Bhishma, Balir, Vayasaki, Vayam. So you will come across, so this verse is actually spoken by Yamaduta, or rather Yamaraj to Yamadutas. So similarly in this section they are giving ill advice to Kamsa, but in the process they say how the demigods, how the Brahmanas, they are actually deriving so much spiritual strength. What is the source of that? So this section, even though it is spoken by demons, these are words full of wisdom. When Lord Ram had killed Ravana, at that time he asks, when Ravana is about to die, at that time he asks Lakshmana, you see, that demon, he is half Brahmana, so go and get advice from him. He is about to die. Prabhupada says, whenever a person is about to die, they will speak truth. Have you come across that? Sometimes I see, okay, anything good, you should not postpone. Bhakti, should you postpone?
No.
Chanting the holy name of the Lord, should you postpone?
No.
Visiting temple as many times as you can, should you postpone?
No.
Tell me some things which you should postpone.
Not visiting temple.
Well, you better don't. Not just to postpone, you never do that. Anything else? Telling lie. Anything.
Gratifying the senses.
Gratifying the senses. Any desires which we know, material desires, keep on postponing. And Ravana, when he says that, he gives his own example. And he says, my brother Vibhishan, he had advice. That he says in relation to his brother. My brother Vibhishan, he advised me to return Mother Sita. Because it's not auspicious to kidnap someone else's wife. I didn't do. He told me to go and surrender to Lord Ram. I didn't do. That I should have done instantly. Understand? Any desires he actually want, I should have actually postponed. I should have never pursued that desire, lusty desire. Understand? So anything good, auspicious, we should take it. So bad things we can take. Actually, Chanakya Pandit, Prabhupada would quote, Chanakya Pandit says that gold, even if it is found in a filthy place, you should take, wash it and use. Why? It still has its value. Likewise, good instructions, even if it comes from very unlikely sources, even people with not so good reputation, if it's a good advice, we should still take. Understand? So there are some examples you will come across, even bad people giving good advice. So here in this section, just 4 verses I'll quickly read through. The foundation of all demigods is Lord Vishnu, who lives and is worshipped wherever there are religious principles. Your text may vary, I'm reading from Bhagavatam here, but it's the same. Content is the same. The foundation of all demigods is Lord Vishnu, who lives and is worshipped wherever there are religious principles, traditional culture, Vedas, cows, Brahmanas, austerities and sacrifices with proper remuneration. So, this is the foundation for all the demigods. Foundation for all the demigods is Lord Vishnu. But where is Vishnu living? Wherever there are religious principles, traditional culture, Vedas, cows, Brahmanas, austerities and sacrifices with proper remuneration. O King, we who are your adherents in all respect shall therefore kill the Vedic Brahmanas. So first they are identifying, this is the place where Vishnu is residing. So if we go kill religious principle, kill the traditional culture, kill the Vedas, kill cows, kill Brahmanas, kill austerities, kill sacrifices. Does that ring a bell? Kali Yuga, this is the age we live in. Understand? Churches you take, many temples you take, people don't visit anymore. Religious principles, gone. Traditional culture, gone. Vedas, very few people know. People are decrying Vedas, people are rejecting Vedas. Cows, Brahmanas, austerities and sacrifices. And he says, O my dear king, we shall therefore kill the Vedic Brahmanas, persons engaged in offering sacrifices and austerities, and the cows that supply milk. from which clarified butter is obtained for the ingredients of sacrifice. The Brahmanas, cows, Vedic knowledge, austerity, truthfulness, control of the mind and senses, faith, mercy, tolerance and sacrifice are the different parts of the body of Lord Vishnu, and they are the paraphernalia for a godly civilization. Okay, so in this way they are giving bad advice to Kamsa. Kamsa, after hearing all this, again his lower nature kicks in very easily, which is, oh, I should protect my life even at the cost of killing all of them, and he gives his consent for them to proceed with their heinous plans. Shukadeva Goswami finishes this chapter with one very important verse. I'll finish with that one. There are 6 things which one loses if you offend the devotees. And it's very important because, let us say, offending devotees means, you may think, some devotee is going, you can just criticize, not very audibly, even mentally you can do, or you can just whisper to your friends. You will lose 6 things. Would you like to know? Oh, no problem, I'm a pure devotee, I don't want to know. How many of you want to know?
Can you relate the context here?
I'll tell you. There are 6 things you lose if you offend devotees. And offending the devotees doesn't mean you go and physically hurt. That's one level of offense. There are 3 levels of offense you can do. Deha, vak, buddhi. Mentally you can offend. Okay, you can sit here, some devotee is singing, oh, what a useless singer. Why is the other devotee not singing? This devotee is not, doesn't have musicality. They don't have good voice. Mental offense. Or someone else is actually standing and serving. Or let me cheat that devotee and cut the line. Go here. When the devotee turns that way, let me take an extra pakora. That will go. Ayu, Shriyam, Yasho, fame will reduce. You will get bad name everywhere. You will be infamous. Ayu, Shriyam, Yasho, Dharmam. Dharmam means you lose your religious principles, which means your level of discrimination will go bad. You will know things. How many of you have that experience? You do something stupid and then you think, hey, I know about this, but why did I act stupid? Okay, that's what it means. Ayushriyam Yasho Dharmam. Dharmam means one will have the knowledge, but one can't use it. That's what it means. Ayushriyam Yasho Dharmam Lokan. After the person dies, one will not go to higher destination but to lower. Where? Nobody knows. You have options all the way till Narakaloka. Hellish kingdom. You have so many options. You will go to one of them. Ayushriyam Yasho Dharmam Lokan Ashisha. Ashisha means blessings. Blessings means, you might have gone to Pashupatinath temple, Buddhanilakanta, Gaya, Varanasi, Vrindavan, Mayapur. You would have gotten some blessings, right? Visiting, everything low. You would have met some sadhu. You would have read something nice in a scripture. You may have given something in charity, in devotional service also. Everything will go away. You may have done some devotional service. Whatever blessings that comes will go away. How many of you would like to join the club? No? 6 things you will lose. All for what? Whispering a joke which even you won't remember. Correct? Just thinking bad about someone. There's no pleasure in it anyway. Correct? Going and hurting someone verbally, pushing, anything. 3 things if you avoid and simply focus on chanting your holy name, because bhakti is so powerful. You will go from strength to strength if you simply guard yourself against offending the devotees. Others may offend you, but you duck down and you move, focusing on your own priorities, which is Krishna only. Understand? So these 6 things Shukadeva Goswami is telling, because Kamsa, he is a very, very powerful king actually. Puranas actually describe how Kamsa came to be such a big emperor. He would go single-handedly and he would challenge different, like all these people, you see, Trinavarta, tell me names of demons. Agasura, Bakasura, Dhenukasura, Putana, Aristashura. So you come across all of these people, right? They are all subordinates of Kamsa. Do you know how they become subordinates of Kamsa? Chanur, Mushtika, you will come across those demons also. Kamsa at some point in the past had challenged each one of them, defeated them and gotten their support. They become subordinate to him. So Kamsa was a great warrior. So in Puranas there are stories how he would go challenging each one and he would say, if I lose, I will become your servant for the rest of your life. My life also. But if you lose, you have to be subordinate to me. This is how he went and increased his power. But then Krishna comes, kills him like that. But how can somebody, and he has also done so many things, he has actually gotten so much. But how did he lose all of them? Because of this one mistake he does. Persecuting great souls, which is offending the devotees. He offends, he loses everything. His fame is gone. For eternity people will talk about, look at this selfish guy, correct? Whenever we talk about, somebody even killing babies like that, you are going to talk about this guy. Fame is gone. Lifespan is also gone. Even, Krishna is born 11 years, he survived. 12th year Krishna came and killed him. But even all those 11 years, he's always worried. When is Krishna going to kill? Always, okay, you go. First Putana he sends, we'll see soon. Krishna kills Putana, crashing his garden, actually. So you will come across one demon after the other, he keeps on sending, still nothing works. Finally he thinks like, no, I'm sending all these demons, it's not going to work. Let me bring Krishna here in one place, in the arena, I'll finish off Krishna and Balaram. And then what happens? Krishna and Balaram finish off him. That's what happens. So these 6 things, remember this verse, meditate on this verse, memorize this verse. Okay, any gossip will sap your spiritual energy away. It will look like a joke. See, if there are a group of people, they are passing a funny comment on one person, you be there, they will feel inspired more and they will again speak more, correct? Walk away from there. Prabhu, what if I walk away but that Prabhuji or Mataji is getting hurt? What kind of Prabhuji or Mataji are you trying to associate with anyway? They're going to drag you down to hell. Stay away. Does that make sense? Yeah. So we need to be very picky in our association. Who am I associating with? Is this person taking me close to Gopinath? Is this person making me appreciate about the value of devotees more deeply? Is this person helping me to practice bhakti nicely? And we need to be honest with ourselves. If the answer is no, you are with the wrong person, you are in the wrong place. You have to walk away. Even if the other person gets hurt, that's their problem, it's not our problem, right? But you can still do it in a nice way. Hare Krishna, sorry, I feel sleepy, I'm walking. You just walk. Don't walk out now. Understand? Like that. So, some instances it will be like that, some person starts to talk, you don't know how to go. I need some advice here. If somebody starts to talk something bad about another person, how can you walk away? Advanced souls. Okay? So, rather than trying just to not to offend the devotees, if we glorify the devotees, if we serve the devotees, then you can be like catapulted on this path of progress towards the Supreme Lord. Okay? Converse is what we read before. You lose all the 6 things, be it in this life, Lokan, next life also you will lose everything. Okay? We'll stop here. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagavan ki jai, Krishna Bhukta ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Jai.
Okay, once again, you can serve prasad for others. Okay.
Vaishnava prayers but there is voice in how they mention Vikram So as we come to this package, we never, even if we do a little bit of imagine they will be strong. So I heard that this look that we just read, it's with the contact between the I feel like. And the one lecture I heard, the Prabhuji mentioned there how if you do Vaishnava aparat, then all our bhakti is just frozen, we have no progress. So can you clarify this?
Yep, good question. So there is one verse in Bhagavad Gita, we can go through that. Neha Vikramana Shastri Pratyavayana Vidyate. I think it's 2.39 or 2.40, one of them. Neha Vikramana Shastri Pratyavayana Vidyate. 2.40? Okay, 2.40. So if you go to that verse, there Krishna says, even there is no loss or diminution on this path, and even a little progress on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. So the question is, in this verse it's given, even if you do a little, correct me if I'm wrong, even if we do a little progress on this path, even little bhakti will protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. On one hand, we are seeing the power of bhakti like this. But on the other hand, today's verse, if you see, if you offend some devotee, then you lose everything, like that it's given. Lose in the sense, your bhakti is there, it is giving something, but then the progress which you could have made, that is temporarily stopped. So her question is, does it get totally destroyed or is it just frozen, the progress? Is that the question? What do you think?
Frozen.
Okay, frozen.
I feel like we lose time if it's soft.
If I tell you, you will be a billionaire in another 10 million words, how does that sound? Pathetic? Elon Musk crossed $500 billion yesterday. Okay, so it sounds like, wow, it's fine, I can do, but it's waste. Why can't you be like, right now, what is it that's stopping me? So here, it's like, somebody can make progress like that, back to spiritual words. You can eat. I'm talking. Somebody can make progress. You eat. Somebody can make, I won't look at you, okay? I'll look at the camera. So somebody can do bhakti, because of that they make progress, but that progress, the full potential of that is temporarily stopped. Just like how bhakti is eternal, aparad is also to a certain extent eternal. Aparad is not just like your material papa and punya. They are temporary. Aparad, if somebody doesn't fix it, it can follow you life after life after life. It can almost be with you for eternity if you don't action on them. That's how powerful it is. At the same time, one may be practical, be doing bhakti. So, but they can't enjoy the benefits of bhakti. Many times people think, but I'm chanting Hare Krishna. Fine, you may be chanting, but you will still be anxious. You will still go through distress. You won't fully enjoy the benefits of bhakti. What to speak of enjoying or being blissful, serving the Lord in Krishna Prema? Impossible. Understand? So, if somebody has done something material, some sin, so let's say somebody tells a lie, there is prayachita for that. You can do some atonement for it. But for Vaishnava aparadha, there is no atonement. The only